Hello everyone, this will be the review of game The Legend of Evil, and the key was provided by developer. Let me just check the recording. It seems to work correctly with OBS, so that's a nice plus. Okay, the game is not yet finished for sure, because they have a roadmap going for at least 3 months in the future, so there's a chance that will change, and there will be new stuff added. I played it some time ago. I gave them a little bit of my feedback already. So the game is generally speaking a sort of one-lane tower defense with spawning mobs. It's really hard to explain without showing you. I just wanted to say that I did play similar games on Kongregate many years ago, and I know this genre. I'm not sure exactly what is the genre, how is it called. I think it's some iteration of tower defense in some sense, but I will show it in a moment. Also, the game is not exactly what I would expect, because usually you have a lot of grinding and a lot of upgrading, and here it's not really exactly the case, so that's slightly off. But I still enjoyed the game, and I think it has a lot of potential, because it's already not bad. It has this random short campaign mode, and it has 20 levels of an actual campaign, which is more like puzzle, sadly, which is a little bit of a problem. But the general gameplay is quite okay. It's very similar to those games that I played. As I say, I don't know the genre, but I will show you. So let's go to campaign. I'm going to show you one level. We're going to change difficulty to easy. It might be too loud because there is not much regulation in terms of sound. Alright, so basically you have those towers that you can build, and you choose what kind of creature you will put there. I'm putting the first available creature. Now the creature is going to fight the stone, and then we'll get some souls. Now we can upgrade the tower, give it more money. By the way, those upgrades normally don't exist on this level. They exist because I already beaten 10 levels, and they are from the future levels. So we are upgrading this one to get more souls. We can also dig for coins, which don't serve really much purpose. There is an achievement for it, but it's not really helping you. I don't know, by the way, why is this so powerful? Maybe we should make something else. I'm not sure how I was supposed to do it without having stronger mobs, but now we do have stronger mobs. So I might be able to do it with those stone ones. Right. Now I can go back. Something like this. We can destroy this tower. Make another stone mob and hope it's going to be enough. Now the enemy is attacking with a wave, which is seen at the top of the screen. Basically they come from the right and we come from the left. And they clash somewhere in the middle. As you can see here, we're fighting those villagers with sticks, with our stone monsters. By the way, there's another place for a tower. I might do this one. It's a slow monster that will explode on death. Something like artillery. And once this wave goes down, we'll be probably able to progress through the level to the end. And the problem with this game is that it's not really grinding. Normally you do grind replaying levels. Here you don't. Once you beat it, you can replay it to get more achievements, but you don't really develop in any way. It's just you have what you have what you unlocked, and to have more stuff you would have to actually beat the next level. In my case it's level 10, where I got stuck. It's a bit too loud, but I will leave it like this so we have a little bit of sound. I'm not sure we can actually beat it. I think we'll now upgrade, maybe to make them appear faster. Maybe also increase our defense. Maybe more. Let's see if it is more range. No, I don't think it's more range. So it's not really helping much. So those games usually work the same way. Enemies come from one side of the map, kind of like in MOBA, on one lane, and you come from the left. Sometimes you throw cards with your units, sometimes you spawn them. In this case you spawn them in this tower structure. but the general idea for this genre is very similar usually. So I did play those games in the past. I like this genre. They're not very complex games, you know. There were free games on Kongregate, so I wasn't really investing into them too much, but it was enjoyable. But it was mostly enjoyable because I was able to actually progress with my army, just upgrade my units and make them stronger, and then go for stronger and stronger enemies. But it was this constant feeling of progression. Here it's more about beating a puzzle and unlocking something, well, for maybe for replay to just get the medals. The problem is that medals do nothing. And yeah, as you can see, I can get those medals, right? So there's like 4 or 5 challenges here. And well, I'm not sure exactly what the challenge, by the way, but they don't give you that. If you get those stars, you don't get anything, right? Those are the stats, right? This happened basically, and we beaten. I'm not sure if it's going to go to next one. No, it's not. Right, this one is what? This one is not clickable. So basically, the core of the game right now is those 20 levels of varied challenges, varied missions. Like this one has this very powerful guy at the end, this merchant, who is just very strong. We have to somehow beat him. Let's see if we can use those guys. I'll maybe play one more. I'm not sure if fully, because probably not. Yes, those are specific towers that only make money, so we can use them. I hope I can do it and show you. Yeah, those will make money, so we can use one specific monster in this one tower. We can also sometimes take souls like this. Basically have faster cash, which allows us to make quicker our units. Like this, for instance. Let me now upgrade. Oh yes, we can upgrade. I'm going to upgrade more, and maybe now we'll be able to quicker produce more of those specific units, which might work or not. I'm not sure if they will work, but let's see. You can also fail if you don't build specific units in a specific order. You need a very concrete sequence to actually prevail in the game, which makes it a bit problematic. But as you can see, my units are not doing the best. I'm not sure if they can actually beat this whole wave. They are probably being produced too slow, or maybe there is other reasons. So basically, if you do it in a wrong sequence, you fail the map. By the way, it's time-based, so you have to do it properly and quickly and efficiently, which sometimes is very hard. I'm not sure we can kill this guy. Maybe we can. It is possible we can kill him. Yeah, he died. Okay. I'm not sure we can speed it up, but I don't think so. Let's just dig some more. Very big wave is coming, so probably I'm using wrong units. Yes, probably I am. Those guys are tanking, and those soldiers with shields, so probably they will actually beat me. See, if things go wrong, they will go past your defense and kill you, and then there's nothing you can do about it. Alright, we're dead, I think. Yeah, so we're going to die in this case. Right, everything is destroyed and we have to start over. So that's the campaign. You have to build proper units in proper sequence. Then you can also check the tips in the particular level, and that's the 20 levels you have for now. Now, aside from that, you also have Rogue Conquest, which I will play in a moment. Maybe let's just check the options. We have the wiki in game that is going to explain stuff. The only problem here is that the font and the graphics are very pixelated, but aside from that, you at least get some information about all stuff that you find in the game, so that's very useful. It's nice that you have a place where everything is explained. Sound settings are not the best because, as you can see, sound can only go by 2 at a time, so this is not much options that you can do. I will actually go on 0 and then maybe show you the Rogue campaign with the commentary. Music, of course, 0 because I wanted to comment. I wanted to also focus on the game. You also have settings which give you an option to switch off full screen. I think this is full screen, and then I switched off to lower resolution. So now I can check if it's recording correctly. So that's a nice option. We have basic regulation of sound, not the best, only 5 options, but still better than no regulation. And we have actually some, at least not all of them, by the way, but we have some resolutions, so that's helping. We can also change the buttons. That's useful if somebody wants to have different buttons. And we have now 4 languages, mostly English, of course, because this is what most people speak and understand. So yes, we have English, but also 3 other languages. And I think there was somewhere the roadmap, right? So aside from this, by the way, it's very funny how they approach it. Like they say stuff. Press this if you think we suck for not having finished the map editor yet. It's funny, and that's very fun stuff. I will leave it for you in a moment. So what they say about editor, it's like really crazy. Because we didn't build it for you, we made it easy to do stupid things inside and stuff like that. So they take their own game with a grain of salt, and that's a plus. I like this approach. And also, by the way, I'm not gonna touch the map editor because I'm not interested. I don't wanna make maps. I wanna play campaign and build up my army, not exactly play with editor, but it might be there eventually. Discord, I'm completely not interested, and I don't use Discord unless I really have to. Roadmap. Okay, so as you can see, there is stuff coming in November, December, January, and then something else. So they have like 4 stepping stones to add stuff to the game. I'm not sure if they're going the right direction. Personally, I'm definitely not interested in PvP. I'm more interested in having more freedom in the campaign and being able to grind and basically play a long campaign with any soldiers I want, because here you only have what you unlocked, so you have no upgrading, no choice of upgrades. You do get stuff, you do unlock stuff, but let's say level 10 you have to play with what you unlock through the 10 levels. You have no skill points, no stuff to unlock, no upgrades. Those medals do nothing, this gold does nothing. You can't really do anything to make it easier. You can only play on easy or normal, and if you can't beat it, you have to use some guide. By the way, the guide for the game is done by the developer, and when I was playing, it was done up to level 7. So I was stuck on level 7, I watched the guide, I was able to beat it, then I got stuck on level 10 and there is no guide for it. So I have no idea, by the way, I can't beat it. It's rather hard, I would say, because it's more puzzle than just a free skirmish with ability to use whatever you want. You can't really use whatever you want. You can only use whatever you unlocked, which is very problematic in my opinion. But if someone wants a challenge and if someone wants to treat it more like a puzzle, then it will work like that. Now, the more freedom approach is in the rogue content. By the way, they say it doesn't save, which is ridiculous in my opinion. It should definitely save. Now, let's see what we can do. Yes, this changes. But when I was exiting it, it said it's going to basically destroy, right? So yeah, we can stay with this girl. Oh my god, I wanted to stay with the girl. It was cute. By the way, it's very ugly. I would have to go meters from the screen to see anything. I'm not a big fan of pixel art, especially if this much pixelated. I had this nice girl and can go back to her. Why? I would like to pick her, like from icons, because this is annoying. Right, I had this. By the way, there is Halloween stuff. I know this is because there is Halloween. I don't see her, to be honest. I don't know where is she. Maybe she's lost forever. She was very pretty, and maybe that was the horny stuff. I don't know. I think it's not there. I don't see her. I'm not sure which of the faces it is. I'm probably doing the same ones. Let's just pick any girl. And that's not the best. Oh yeah, that's the one. So yeah, there was a lot of them. Okay, so you confirm this and then you play. Now it starts randomly, I guess. I'm only guessing here. Let me just check if everything is going properly. By the way, I have some weird error with resolution, but I'm not sure if this is about this game or not. It seems to be recording correctly, so I will leave it as is for now. About crashing, I only had one crash, or rather one problem with the game. Sometimes it didn't start. Sometimes it did crash on startup. I'm not sure if this is still going on or if it was fixed, but I had a couple of situations where the game simply crashed on start. But aside from that, when it starts, it works. So I just can say that I did have crashes. Now, if I can use this, yeah, we can read about this guy. He will appear in the wiki, so we can discover stuff like this. Now here we are getting actually money, which makes more sense because we're sort of grinding here. Now let's see what we can do here. We have only, what do we have? We have only one type of monster, I think. I can't build anything. So that's it, I guess. I guess this is the grind. I'm not sure what we can do about this. Maybe we always win the first battle. Maybe that's the case. Then maybe we can do something with it. I would like also a button to just speed it up, because now it's just, you know, I'm moving around and doing nothing. By the way, is it going to give me coins? No, it's giving me souls, which I don't need. By the way, it looks nice, I must say. I'm not sure if this is because of Halloween or what, but I didn't see this map yet. Maybe it's random. Okay, so we're beating their base, and now we're moving to the next stage. I personally like this one better than the campaign, but I would definitely prefer it to be longer and have an option to save. Oh, we got something. We got money. We're leveling, which makes sense in this case. And now, yeah, we have shop and forge. Let's see the shop. So we could buy something. We could buy orbs that I think they upgrade or change our units. But we can also just buy a monster. Let's just buy a monster. What is this? Oh, I have to increase my soul cap. How do I increase my soul cap? I have no idea. Maybe that's it. That's I guess. I'm going to check this one. What are the upgrades? I have some of them. Okay, this regenerates. This is pretty good actually. Maybe we can get money out of this. Soul extractor. Defeated will drop more. Tactical, okay. What is this one? Oh, another one. Okay, so we can have two of them. Let's try the same. Let's check also the forge. So yes, here you can transmorph this guy and put orbs into him. So he will change. If we buy the orbs, we can put orbs in the monster and basically change the monster into something else. So this is much more interesting than the actual campaign, because you can try to tailor your well, your army to something that you want, not just play with what you have, and if you don't know the sequence, then you fail. Here it's more lenient to the player. I'm not sure if it's easy or not, because I didn't finish. I just played 2 levels, I think. I wanted to see how it works, and then I was out of this and it didn't save. So, well, it doesn't save, so it's bad. You have to play 8 maps. Actually, it takes time, so it's not the best idea. I would like it to be saved simply as a running campaign, or even maybe have multiple campaigns running. Definitely it should be longer, 8 maps, because I would like to level up everything fully, not just go one direction then be done with it. Okay, I'm going to build another stuff like this guy. Not sure what they do, by the way. Right? Build monster. We can't see here what they do. I would like to have those obols, because they are interesting. Maybe we can prolong the game and get many of them. I'll play a bit more, I guess. And alright, so let's do this. Oh, it's time-based. Oh, I get it. Right. It's time-based. I forgot about it. So of course you won't be able to do a lot of this, but maybe you get some of those obols. So hopefully you get some. Maybe. Like 1 or 2 cycles. I guess we're slowly winning, maybe. They will die in this toxin. Of course they will die. Maybe we can then beat them. Let's see if we can make it. No, we cannot upgrade them in any way. I'm not sure what happens if we fail. Maybe we have like a couple of fails and then it's over. I think we have like 3 lives. If we fail, it's over. But I'm not entirely sure. I really didn't play much of this version. I was focused on doing the campaign. I was trying to beat it, but I got stuck on level 10, so whatever. Right. They're doing not badly. I would like to upgrade them. And then I guess we'll finish and sum it up, because I don't really have time to make a very long video with the whole campaign here. That's not my goal. I just want to show the gameplay. Alright, so let's try. By the way, I have no idea how it works that they are high level. So maybe we buy some stuff. I'm not sure what do we want. What does it say? Okay, so this would make it tanky. Let's buy 2 of them. And this is what? Explode on death. Alright. Let's try to put those 3 orbs into the monster. I'm not sure if this is possible, but let's try. Okay, so he will explode. What about the rest? He will be tanky. He's morphing very nicely. It is very cool. He's supposed to be tank and explode. Oh, let's see. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. So we have to go now to, maybe we upgrade something. We have upgrades. They should be, by the way, they should be kinda, yeah, they are explained, but maybe there should be tabs or something for that. Because like those are monsters, those are orbs, which we can buy more than 1, by the way, up to 5, I guess. And this is tower upgrades. So we have to kinda read it to be aware what's going on. What would I like to have? I would like to have more money, maybe, and basically more. I would like to have those, right? Faster generation of monsters, but we don't have 500, so whatever. Alright, I'm going to just play. Yeah, this is 3rd stage. So I will try to use those. I have no idea why I'm flying. What does it say? I don't know what it says. Oh, here we can click it. What's going to happen? He's slow and he should explode. Well, let's see if he will explode. It's going to be very, very slow. I should speed them up somehow. I'm not sure if you can do it. Maybe you can. Not sure if this is a feature of being slow, or is it just some average of what we put into the monster. What if we have 2 more orbs that are quick? Will it make them faster? I don't know. Okay, so they can explode in their face. By the way, this is quite hard already. They can kill like 2 of them. So we can re-upgrade, right? Oh, by the way, there is a gap, so we can't beat it. We can't beat it without flying, so we already messed up, I guess. Yeah, we did. So this is never gonna work. This is weird, because we don't have any way to change it. What can we do about it? We probably can do nothing. Alright, I will just leave it like this and maybe explain. Well, by the way, we'll see what happens when they die. So I will just leave it like this. What is this, by the way? Let's click it. Alright, some thingy. Definitely we need flying units, but how was I supposed to know that? That's probably first time I'm playing 3rd level. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it like this and comment on the game. So the general idea is pretty good, and even the pixel art that I don't really like most of the time, in this case is not very painful. It's actually working quite correctly. It's explaining enough visually what's going on. It's quite well clear visibly. I would prefer it to be less pixelated, but that's what I always have a problem with. This Rogue campaign is definitely what I was aiming at when I look at games like this. That's what I would expect. The ability to sort of grind, to upgrade stuff, to pick proper units, buy more monsters, and basically try to overcome the problems. It's what usually happens in this genre, right? This is what usually happens, but it's usually done in such a way that you have those harder and harder challenges, a big map, and a lot of combat, not just 8 missions that are random, and you slowly progress, increasing your well, your powers, your units, your capacity, and stuff like that in a long campaign. So they are writing something about it. They might be adding it, but now it's just 8 levels. The other part of the game, the campaign, is just the puzzle. It theoretically looks like what we are seeing here, but you have very little control on what you're taking to battle. You can try to change the sequence, what you build in what well, sequence as such. Do you build this monster, or do you build that monster, or do you destroy a tower and build another monster? But aside from that, there's very little tactical options there. You have to do it the proper way, especially first time, because you can't really take anything from further levels to the actual level. You can't use monsters from level 15 in level 10 unless you beat it at least one time. So one time it's a puzzle, and then you can replay it with all the stuff that you unlocked. The amount of content, I would say it's average right now, because we have 20 levels of puzzle and very short random campaign. So that's not the best. Actually, those games that I played in the Kongregate webpage long time ago, they were bigger. Generally speaking, they were bigger. There was a lot of grinding, a lot of missions, a lot of units, and it looked very similar. So the general idea of having this one lane and having this combat is very okay, because that's how those games work. See, I died and I lost. Oh, we grinded, so we can now fix it, right? So probably we will be able to now buy flying stuff. What is flying, by the way? I don't know. What is this? You know what? Let's use it. What I want to use there? Will drop a stun. What does it mean? Stronger. Allows non-flying demons. Not sure what it is. Sky Spear. Non-flying to jump gaps. Well, let's buy it. And let's try to fix this monster. Transform it. Alright. Let's see what happens. If it's fixing the problem. Okay, let's retry. And I'm going to do the same. And I will wrap it up in a moment. So let's just see the result. What happens if I change it? Can I do something here? No, I can't. I can just buy this and get more coins. So maybe let's do it. So I was talking about the status of the game. So right now I would say the content is average. The idea is very good. If they actually add long campaign and add the ability to mix and match all that's in the game, maybe even add more stuff, that would be really cool. Trying out different combinations of monsters would be definitely very fun to do. And then I would probably play it, maybe to the end or something. I'm not really sure what I would consider to the end, because I'm not really interested in doing the puzzle campaign, but I would be interested in just grinding everything fully and seeing what all the options are in the game. Let's see what happens. Oh, they can float. Alright, they can float, and they might be able to make it there. Probably they will die. Yes, they are too slow, so they will die in the air. I wonder where the explosion will leave the poison. By the way, we didn't kill them. They will explode again. And we might do it. Is it? No, it's doing damage to us and not to them. Not sure if we can break there. I would need to have at least two monsters with different setup, like maybe something that has a range combat. And we could do it theoretically, but I don't have enough demons. So this might be a bit harder. I mean, it's hard to say really what's harder. The puzzle is very hard if you don't know the sequence, and this one can be hard if you have the wrong monster. So at least here you can change it. You can try to use different tactic. In the puzzle you can't. So I would say this one is easier, but I'm not sure how well it's balanced. Right now, as you can see, we're having big problems. We can't break through at all. Those guys, by the way, are doing some damage for some reason, or maybe not. I'm not sure what those things are doing. I think they are shooting at us, but I'm not entirely sure about this. Yes, I think we killed them, sort of. So we are again making it to the shroom. Now we lose everybody, of course. Then we might make it, but I'm not sure we'll make it in 60 seconds. So I will just do it, just in case we get some sort of achievement. But probably we won't. Alright. So, the problem with giving the game points is that right now it's average. because it doesn't have that much content yet. The puzzle can get you stuck and it's only one solution. This campaign is too short. However, this campaign is much more interesting, and overall it will definitely give you a few hours of gameplay. So I would say now the game is average, but the idea is very good. I like this genre. So I would say you should observe the game and grab it on sale, or whatever, grab it on sale. If they actually add more stuff, if they make this longer campaign, if they maybe give you more options within this puzzle campaign, I'm not sure it should stay like this. I wouldn't. Maybe it should be like this on normal. That's what I said on the game forum. On easy, it should be easier, clearly, because now it's too hard. It's too easy to get stuck there. This option with mixing and matching all the stuff is very nice, but the problem is that you have only 3 lives and you can basically fail it, right? It's just one-time experience. I'm not sure what it gives you if you finish. Is it just one playthrough and then it's over? And then basically that's the core of the game right now, for me at least. They probably thought that the core will be the campaign, but for me this is the core. This is where you can check all this stuff. You can use all this stuff in shop. You can mix those monsters, right? See what's doing what. Try to unlock everything in proper sequence and stuff like that. But it's not the typical way those games are done. Usually you can repeat missions. Usually you can grind. Usually you can, if you are too weak, you can just upgrade your monster, level it up, and maybe buy another card or another monster type. Maybe get some powers, upgrade them, and then slowly progress. It should be harder and harder. It should have also additional challenges, but it's too easy to get stuck here, especially in the puzzle part. In this rogue, not necessarily, but you can also get stuck if you are well, making wrong choices. This genre, however weird it is and quite rare, I do like it. I personally do like it. I played those games on Kongregate, so I was interested. I played through all of them, all that I could find. There was like a whole group, I don't know the name now, but there was a whole series of games very similar to this one, and I played like 3 or 4 of them. So I did like the gameplay, and I do like the gameplay here. So I would say this: observe the game. If you're interested, or if you want to support the developers, grab it, but grab it on sale, I would say, because it's not yet all that much content. And if they add stuff, it might be much better, much longer, and more to your liking. I think that most people will rather prefer to have those combinations, all the options to tailor your own monster and use different tactics than just look for one solution and then be done with it. Theoretically, if you would know the solution, then you know there is a timer. There is a timer of like 3 minutes for level. So if we have 20 levels, 3 minutes each, that it's only 1 hour. So the entire campaign is 1 hour gameplay only if you know the sequence. So that's very little content, and it's very one. You know, it's just one playthrough, right? You can beat the game in an hour theoretically. Of course, you will fail because you have no idea how to do it, but that's the content. I think that this version with upgrading, grinding, and changing your monsters, it's much better, longer, and more replayable. So you should definitely add this rogue campaign as main body of the game, not just the 1 hour, you know, linear puzzle, which is a weird direction. I'm very much hoping that the game will go to direction of its predecessors, the game that, well, I played them probably like 10 years ago, so it's definitely well, an old genre, and they're always fun to play because of the size, because of the amount of units and interactions between them and powers they have, and all this paper rock scissors idea that, you know, some units are more tanky, some have range, some can fly and stuff like that. It's there, it's here, but it's more visible in this rogue campaign for sure. I would prefer to have like a big world with like 100 missions, which you can also grind and repeat and maybe play them on harder difficulty and slowly build up your army. Another thing is that usually those games have factions. Here you only are this demon master, right? You don't really have different factions. It would be nice to play as villagers, to play as elves, to play as dwarves, to play as undead and stuff like that. That would be much better. Usually you have well, not always maybe, but usually you have some factions. Maybe not always you can change your own faction. It might be just, you play as humans and they play as demons and stuff like that. But if it would have different factions with different powers, that would be even better. But I can only say about what I see. I think the game had a small patch, but aside from that, I'm not really sure how often they are upgrading it and changing it and patching the game. So it's hard to say. It might change in a month or 2 or 3 or never. You never know how it works. It's kind of early access. I'm not even sure if it has the early access tag, but it's definitely behaving as early access game. So overall, you know what? I would give it 6 out of 10 because it definitely has this well, rogue mode, which allows you to mix and match stuff. It's not enough, and it's not exactly what I would expect, but at least it's better than the linear part of the game, and it's definitely going the right direction. So it's slightly above average because of what we can do here already, and I'm kinda giving points towards what the game can be, but it's mostly because of this campaign. It's mostly because you can actually use this shop and forge and get exactly what I would expect, get those upgrades, levels, and change your monsters in a very interesting way. Actually, I didn't really see ever in such a game that you can put different body parts and features into a monster. Usually it was just upgrading it, but here you can change it, so that's even better, even better idea. So 1 point for that. And aside from that, I would say that the game is average. It is playable, it is fun, it's not very long, it doesn't have much content, the gameplay is fun, the puzzle part can be frustrating, but this rogue campaign is fun to play. Rather short, is usually like 3 minutes per mission, so the whole thing would probably take you like half an hour or something like this. So you can do one run like this, but the question is what next? If you do one run and then everything is reset, then you're not progressing. I think this game should have some progression, some unlocking system, some stuff to grind, something to, give you like 20 hours of grind if you want to do it, but it doesn't really have it. It only has this 1 hour of puzzle and half an hour of repeatable random campaign, so that's not much content. As for the price, I'm not even going to address it. I'm just saying that you should grab it on sale, clearly, because right now it's not worth much money. It's fun to play, but it's not a big game yet, so you have to take your own decisions about spending your money. I would probably pay like $1-2 for this. But I might buy it. I would maybe buy it because it's not really a bad game. It's quite fun and I do like the genre. Also, the pixel art is not my thing, but you get what you get. If it was just higher resolution, still pixelated, but less pixelated, at least, so you could read the font better and basically have everything in just less pixelated style. The same thing, the same shapes, but just less pixelated. It would be better, but that's just my opinion. Sound should also be completely adjustable with sliders, not just 5 options, 20% at a time. It's not the best. Usually it's 10% or it's 1%. Here is 20%. It's a little bit too strange. Like 20% is already too loud. If you want to comment, I would like to have complete freedom about it. And I wish the developer best luck with the game. I hope it gets better. I hope it's upgraded, because if they keep working on it, it will actually, well, it might grow into what I would expect. I was actually very surprised by this game because I didn't really see any stuff like this on Steam ever. Maybe it's there, but I never saw it. I only saw it on Congregate, and as I say, it's very strange, rare genre. This tower defense quasi MOBA with one lane game, very weird, but it's an actually very playable idea. It does work. It's not very complex, of course, but it is very basic in design. Like, you have a castle, they have a castle, you go from left to right and you clash in the middle. But if it has complexity, which this game kinda has, then it becomes much more interesting. If you can have different monsters coming from different towers with mixed up powers, and then you try to overcome enemies who can also have all kinds of units with all kinds of this paper rock scissors ideology behind it. So it might be very interesting to beat the particular enemy. But here it's a bit problematic, because if you go to a level, you don't know what's in the level. Then you fail, you lose one life, and then you have to replay it, fixing it. But then you can't really do it 8 times, right? Because you will lose all your lives and you will lose the campaign. So it's a bit strange idea. I would say it should be just repeatable. You should be able to repeat levels, or just have a very long campaign and then be able to repeat levels. It's kind of like a roguelike. It's very strange approach. You go blindly and then you run into like impossible scenario where you cannot go past the gap, because you had no idea there would be the gap, that you would need a particular power in a particular level. Maybe it's always like this. Maybe cliffs always have those gaps, but I don't know. Maybe you have to just play it more than once, and then you will see. So it might be problematic a little bit. But overall, it's a positive review. I don't really love pixel art games, but this one works properly, and it was fun to play. And I will probably observe it in the future. If it gets better, maybe I will replay it. If you want me to replay it in the future, you can leave a comment. I might reinstall it, because I'm kind of done with it for now. But if it gets more stuff, I might look back to it, come back to the game and see what's there, what's the new stuff. But I would really expect it to be much bigger and much more complex, with long campaign and maybe more factions and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it was a positive experience. So I tested it quite okay, 10 levels out of the puzzle, and I played a little bit through the campaign, and I did like it. Alright guys, so that was The Legend of Evil. I think that's the name properly, and that's what I see in the game window now. Maybe go, where do I go quit? Yeah, see, any progress will be lost. Let's see if it's there. What happened, by the way? Oh yeah, Rogue Conquest. Yeah, The Legend of Evil, that's the name of the game. Hopefully it gets finished. I give it 6 out of 10 for now, but it might improve maybe even to 8 if it adds all the stuff that is promised, or more, hopefully more. And I will see you guys in the next review.